Today's Wednesday, January 15, 2014. You're tuned into the Elevator Radio Show. The Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation, and to find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today, www.eesf.org. Hey, everybody, got a somber show today. Have some sad news to report, and we'll get into that in just a little bit.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Seibert. It is good to be here this Wednesday morning. If you're tuning in for the very first time, this is a video, audio podcast produced weekly every Wednesday morning. I come in early, crack of dawn, and basically scour the internet for elevator, escalator, lift type articles, throw them into a little blog post, comment on them, and then send them out into the world of the interweb. Yeah, that's about it. That's kind of a recap of what we do each week, or what I do each Wednesday morning, because we would be me, myself, and I. And so anyway, so if you are joining us for the very first time, this is show number 356. We've been doing this for quite some time, and I invite you to get over to elevatorradioshow.com, subscribe to the blog via the email, where you can possibly become a winner of our monthly prize pack giveaway, which includes some awesome goodies from some companies that have donated some great things, along with usually a $100 gift card from Visa or MasterCard. So get over and do that. And remember, I don't do anything with your email address other than simply send you an email once the show has been uploaded. So don't do anything. Don't spam it. Don't sell it. I will never do any of that, so just keep that in mind. So kind of a somber week and weekend, unfortunately, as the news quickly spread regarding an elevator mechanic passing away after injuries sustained while working on freight elevator doors in Chicago here. I think that happened on Friday in terms of when he passed. Joe Vandenover, who was a local IUEC number 2 mechanic, and I heard the news of his injury Friday, and I think the passing Saturday morning. It was like, oh man, it was brutal. I was having breakfast, and you know, anytime you hear that kind of information, it's enough to just, I don't know, it just makes you realize the work that we all do, whether you are, whether you're inspecting, whether you're working on equipment, whether you're making equipment, it all makes a difference in what we do. This is equipment that is designed to be safe, designed to protect those that ride it, designed to protect those that that work on it. And as much as so many building owners or whomever really complain about the wages that elevator mechanics might make, honestly, I think it's a well-earned wage. And, we just have to practice safety each and every day. So obviously our hearts and our prayers go out to Joe's family. And if there's anything that we can do here on the program for his family, just, say the word. Also some sad news regarding the passing of Dee Swery, who was an industry icon. And I've got some links up to some of the books that were written. And his memorial service is going to be held on Saturday, January 18th, 2014, 11 a.m. at All Saints Lutheran Church, number 2 Marin Drive in Novato, California, 94947. In lieu of flowers, a donation to All Saints Lutheran Church Secret Santa program or a charity of your choice in his name will be appreciated. So anyway, he's a member of Local 8 from 1950 to 1965 when he went to work for the state of California as a ASE elevator inspector. In the early 1970s, he became a senior safety engineer for elevators, and he retired in 1986 as principal safety engineer for the state of California. And thanks to the NAC, National Association of Elevator Contractors, for sending the email out regarding that. So, yeah, not a great way to start the year, unfortunately, for our industry. And we hope that articles like this and the passings of people is very minimal, to say the least. So again, remember safety each and every day. No matter what you do, just practice it. There's no sense in doing anything that's going to put you in jeopardy or put you in a situation where you're not going to get home at the end of the day. So, just be extra careful and make it a part of your day each and every day. So, anyway, let's get into the email comments. As always, you can send your emails over to elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. Only a couple of these. Bob, thanks for the nice email regarding getting up early. I will get up as early and as often as I possibly can, which I do each and every day, and I hope that you're feeling much better. Tom, thanks for the email regarding the incident that happened here in Chicago. Also to Joe and to Ray, appreciate that. Yeah, it was amazing how much information was shared. Not so much information, but so many emails. So thanks for thinking about me on that. And I'm sure that they're dealing with some tough times right now. And Glenn as well. Thank you. I think that's about it. I didn't go through all of these, which I probably should have earlier in the show, but I think I'll try to clean these up over the weekend if I possibly can, trying to get all geared up for the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation annual general meeting, and hopefully I can get all that done before heading out there in February. So, okay, let's get into the show notes in just a little bit. And as always, send your email comments over to elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can, but just be patient with me because remember, that's not my day job. I don't pay the mortgage with this program at all. In fact, I don't make any money whatsoever. So keep in mind to be patient, and I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. Up next, we'll get right into the news.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
All right, first article actually was the post over on Elevator World for January 14th regarding D, and that information is in there. So, and I also have the books that he wrote. So over on elevatorbooks.com, if you're interested in ever reading them, they look pretty interesting. I've never read them before, but perhaps they might be good ones for you to pick up and put on your bookcase. So, and that's taking a little bit of time to load. The two books that he did write, Defensive Elevatoring, and bear with me one moment here. Oh, let's see here. Trying to reload the page. I think Comcast has it in for me for some reason. Anyway, I just go to elevatorbooks.com, click on or look up SWERRIE, and you'll find those books. So they look pretty interesting. Okay, next news article: Civic Plaza waiting on elevator parts. This is SaukValley.com has an article. Rock Falls elevator parts are the next, and with a little luck, the last hurdle to be cleared in getting 63 elderly and disabled residents of Civic Plaza back into their apartments. A frozen sprinkler system pipe burst and flooded the 5-story building January 4th, forcing the evacuation of the residents. Some are staying with family and friends, while others are staying at 2 Rock Falls hotels. So I'm not sure what those parts are needed, but I'm certain that maybe it's a controller or some other solid state board. Looks like a pretty good ad here for ServPro. If you don't mind me saying. Latco Wharf residents upset over elevator problems. I'm going to let everybody watch this video on their own because I'm not sure if there's going to be an issue with the volume. So I'll let everybody watch this. The largest condo in Panama City Beach is catching flack for some residents. They say the elevators haven't worked in several weeks. Lake Town Wharf on the front beach road has 21 stories tall and has 7 elevators. This weekend only one of them was working. It's tough, I mean, when you're on a saltwater environment or in a saltwater environment, you're going to have issues with sand, with corrosion, all sorts of stuff. Obviously, it's an issue, and for one elevator to work in this kind of issue, it's probably not very good. But as a co-op or as a condo or whatever they are, you think they could kind of band together and ensure that their elevators are running and try to make steps or investments in their elevators to ensure that happens. So, which they may or may not be able to do. But again, that's usually one of the articles or items that are lost in the translation when elevators aren't working. Their first step is to call the media and say, hey, they're not working, not without even really understanding what the potential problems are. So it continues to be a media / understanding educational issue that I think that would bode well for any contract out there trying to get work or explain what might be happening. And unfortunately, I don't know if this happens enough. I don't know if we end up helping each other as contractors and not sharing as much information as we should to the end user or not, because I get a lot of phone calls from end users going, hey, does this sound right? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a contractor. So anyway, at the end of the day, the best sales tool is education, in my opinion. So, okay, Lake County News, boss to consider well-regulated ordinance Marymount elevator plan. So this is Lakeport, and Lakeport is in California. Apparently, the County Board of Supervisors will present a proclamation Tuesday to challenge the county residents to regularly exercise. All right, that's our government, our government at work, right? Yeah. We proclaim you shall exercise, says the king. Anyway, but other things that they're evaluating include where wells are at, and also where's the elevator part of this story? I think this would be pretty. Oh, here we go. Proposed plans and specifications for Marymount University's elevator. All right, well that's kind of buried in the gist of the article. So, oh well. Next news article. Elevator show to begin with party. That's not my show. But apparently in the wonderful state of Oregon, I thought it was Oregon, whatever you want to call it. People from Oregon, please correct me if you like. Oregon City's historical municipal elevator is finally ready to star in a nightly video art installation that's the product of 2 years in planning, 6 months of renovations, and countless hours of video editing. Okay. Seems like a lot of money spent on a video here, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see this on a YouTube video. I have to look this up later on when I have more time, and probably I'll forget. But I guess good to see there's money to be spent on this kind of stuff. Elevator. Apparently, a man's body was found in a casino elevator in Detroit, in a Greektown casino. Let's read more about that. Let's see if there's foul play. Anyway, homicide investigators were called to Greektown Casino in Detroit after a man was found dead in an elevator shaft. Okay, this is not good. According to police, it appears the man, thought to be in his 40s, jumped from the 7th floor and landed on top of the elevator, which is how he ended up in the elevator shaft on the 13th floor. Sounds like he was trying to get up. Oh, no. Maybe not. At least 2 weapons were found at the scene. Other circumstances surrounding the man's death remain unclear. That's interesting. Guess we'll find out more information on that, perhaps. Maybe not. I'm assuming they probably have cameras all over the place, but most likely not inside the hoistway. Next article. Elevator World Unplugged, Monday Mindbender. This is too early for me to try to attempt this, but go ahead and do this, Brad. Brad posts this over on the website. This might be good for a Friday kind of bender, but don't call me on this. Also, there's some other articles on here I didn't get a chance to link up, but for sure check them out. But the problem is I took 50 steps while walking down the escalator. I took 75 steps while walking down the escalator, but I was walking down 3 times as quickly as you were. This is a question, one of those word questions when the train leaves, point A and the other one leaves B, which one's going to get to C quicker or whatever, I don't know. So Never had to use one of those type of I've never had to use my logic to solve one of those problems. Thank goodness. So. Okay. Next article: Ireland. Toddler dies in lift accident. This is not good at all. Independent.ie reporting that a young child became trapped in the elevator shaft at the Heinz building on Augustine Street shortly after 3 p.m. today. He had been in the building with his mother, who was attending the social welfare office on the first floor of the building. The little boy was on his own when he became lodged in the lift shaft. Anyway, he was crushed. Not good at all. And I don't know quite what type of elevator it was, but this is not good at all. And I don't know what codes are there and open and being used in Ireland, but it's not encouraging. Okay, John has a couple of videos actually posted. I'm not going to click on that because it will blast you with some ad. But John has some videos posted. One is of removing an elevator controller. I've got that linked up in the show notes. Check them out. Go over and subscribe to John's channel as well. He's got some pretty interesting videos over there that are always kind of neat to watch. So remember, don't perform or don't do unless you are a trained licensed technician. Some cool photos of the week over on Elevator World Unplugged. This is some cool inside elevator shaft artwork, along with a video of that. So go check that out. It's always interesting to see how elevators are turned into pieces of art on occasion. This I don't think there's a code issue with whatsoever. So other than just looking, painting the inside of a shaft, which I think would be okay, but maybe not. I don't know. So pretty neat. Another video link that John, the elevator adjuster, has posted regarding elevator generator resistor failure, which I thought was pretty cool. And there's another video of elevator relay logic controller maintenance, which I'll let everybody watch on their own. Let's see here. Next article: escalator breakdown injures 10 in Kawasaki. Kawasaki is in Japan. Never seen Kawasaki mentioned in an actual article before, but this coming from the JapanTimesNews.com. 10 people were injured Wednesday morning at a train station in Kawasaki when, and I can pronounce that, when an up escalator suddenly became to a stop. Police and firefighters said man described as being 39 years old sustained a broken leg when the accident took place. Man, it's kind of a scary accident. I'm probably certain that you're going to see a video on that posted online at some point, but have yet to see that. So interesting. Safety audit of elevators and civic buildings on cards. I did kind of glance over this before I linked it up in the show notes. Let's see if I can pull it up. All right, it's going very slow. And because it has to go all the way to India to pull the story up, that's what's happening here. It's got to go underneath the, through the cables, under the ocean. Yeah, it's not loading up. It's waiting, and I don't know if it's going to load up. But, the internet is a cool thing. It really is. Okay, here we go. In Pune, Civic Standing Committee has sought a safety audit of the lifts fitted in buildings owned or used by Pune Municipal County Corporation. It directed the civic administration to conduct an audit during the meeting on Tuesday. So basically, they're going to check all that information, all the elevators out at the hospital where apparently there was an accident. So that's in India, and I have to believe that India is working pretty hard at making lifts there safe. Okay, another tragic accident coming from UpstreamOnline.com in British. Actually, I don't know where this is at, but apparently maybe Brazil. Interesting photo. But apparently a British worker dies on a Brazil rig, excuse me, I'm sorry, when he was actually servicing the elevator on that rig. So, it's, again, we got to make sure things are safe. We just can't fix stuff and then leave them and whatnot. Again, I don't know the details of the accident, but Stuff is machinery. No matter what it is, it's got voltage going to it. It's heavy. It's mechanical. We got to make sure that we're electronic. We got to make sure that all this stuff is as safe as it possibly can. Okay, firefighters rescue 5 that are stalled in an elevator. You can watch the video on your own because I'm certain it is going to blast your ears off. Corpus Christi, according to Corpus Christi Fire Department, 5 people were stalled in an elevator at the Bay Area Hospital for about 25 minutes. One of the trapped people was 7 months pregnant. Honestly, why take the risk? Why take the risk of trying to get a pregnant woman out of an elevator when you just call the elevator company, for goodness sakes? Why don't they just do that? In Bethesda, this is a cool photo. It was freezing last week and over the weekend. Actually, it was kind of nice over the weekend. But ice cold metro escalators. Take a look at this image. This is also posted over on the Elevator World Unplugged blog, Unplugged website. There's icicles coming down from these escalators that were being worked on. I can't even imagine. Now, if you look at these icicles, what does that tell you? What does that tell you about these escalators? Would that tell you? To me, I would assume that the water, when it rains, drips down into the escalators. Perhaps this is the problem that they continuously have. So, yeah. Okay, this is a so-called drippy escalator that is known to sprinkle water on people. Hello? You want to know why your escalators aren't working? Because they've got water dripping in them. Why don't you do an article on that? Okay, Diesel Doozy guy has a few videos loaded up. Excuse me. I encourage you to get over and check those out as well. Subscribe to his channel if you are a YouTuber, which is kind of cool. Another article regarding those elevators in India, where in the hospital surgeries have been put on hold after the lift accident occurred, so that they can ensure that the elevators are working properly and inspected. So, kind of a major thing when you're thinking about a hospital being shut down because elevators aren't necessarily working the way that they should. In a lie, there was a mall escalator accident. I don't know where this was at, honestly, and I can't seem to find it. But apparently, yeah, it's in another country. That's all I'm going to say. But apparently there was a escalator accident there. I'll let everybody read that on their own because lots of big words in there that I can't pronounce. I'm just going to be honest with you. David Cooper, this one is for you. oxfordmail.co.uk. Basically a call for safety check on Sainsbury's escalator. A resident has called on a supermarket for the second time to carry out safety checks of its escalator. Greg Wiley, 34 of Danes Road, Bicester, said he saw a shopper's trolley became stuck at the bottom of the Bicester's Sainsbury escalator, knocking a woman over. He said he ran and grabbed the woman, pulled her off the escalator, but worried that the emergency stop system didn't kick in. The store opened last year. And anyway, hey, here's an idea. Don't take the trolleys on the escalator. That's probably number one. Number two is probably, make sure that the escalator will stop when the stop button is pressed. But, David, that is yours. You are all over that. And anybody listening in the UK that wants to check out his research work on that, he's got a whole report and book written on that. So it's available over on elevatorbooks.com. ASME survey. I'm not sure if it's going to work for you all out there because I think this is linked through my email. But if you want to help out the ASME in terms of the survey, check this out. If it doesn't work in the link, go to asme.org and see whether or not you can find that. Not sure why I got it, but I encourage you to check it out. Okay, help pours out for teen in times of India reporting in Mumbai. Close the ads up. Apparently, man, all these ads. Mumbaikars, these are people who live in Mumbai, poured into KEM Hospital to meet Monica Moore, 16, who lost both her arms in a train mishap on Saturday, with words of hope and numerous promises of help. Okay. Where's the escalator part of this story? I'm not seeing it. Ooh, still bad. Nice to see the support there. And anyway, the last article actually is a YouTube video post over on YouTube. There's quite a few different YouTubers out there. I'm not going to play it because it's going to blast you out again. But it's a lot of cool videos. And what these YouTube videographers are doing is they're basically archiving our industry and our work that we do. And there's some cool stuff out there. So thanks to them for doing that. And that's going to do it for this week's show, everybody. Again, I can't say it enough. And even though I say it easily, make sure we're doing everything we can to be safe out there and that equipment is safe and that at the end of the day, we're home with family because that's really what matters the most. So do whatever it takes to get there. All right? So I hope everybody has a great rest of the week, or as good as you can get it. Keep Joe's family in your thoughts and prayers along with these. And if there's anything I can do here on the show, please let me know, elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. And as always, thanks for tuning in today. So we will talk to everybody next Wednesday. And that's about it. So take care, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.